apologize if I hit you with the white girl voice.
Your message has been deleted.
Pretty girl from the 612.
What is the deal, beautiful people? My name is Ramon. This is going to be an interesting topic, and we're gonna spread this video across 2 channels, so I'll take the time to explain. This is going to be featured on our gaming channel, Ignorant Gamers. For those of you, if I'm talking about one channel and you're not familiar with it, check the links in the description below. And it's also going to be featured on our main technology channel, Lifestyles Defined. And because there's a lot, I think, both gaming and technology wise, that's covered in the topics and the decisions here. So what I'm talking about is the Xbox One X. I really adored this project. I love what this project stands for. We are in a world where Microsoft was beat down to shit for the launch of the original Xbox One. There was so much about it that people, they didn't understand, they didn't like, and they made noise about. And a lot changed. And one of the things that happened outside of that is because people didn't understand what the fuck they were talking about or what the fuck they were being told, because people just can't think for themselves. Sony was just catapulted. It was just like unanimously, it was the next gen console. And I mean, today they outsell the Xbox 2-1, probably more at this point. I stopped keeping count. And what I'm saying here is it doesn't make the PlayStation 4 any less dope. What I'm saying is my preferred console had features that were going to benefit me. So that DRM stuff that Microsoft was coming up with, the ability to gift games and share games and all that stuff, I thought that shit was super dope. I thought that shit was 2015 because you did it with everything else. No, people wanted to protect their right to share a game, to give somebody a game. Man, get the fuck out of it. When was the last time you had, let me not say that because there's going to be 3 people in the comment section, and because there's only 4 comments, 75% of the people still walk to their friend's house and share a game. Fuck you people, man. This is 2017. I demand better technology in my console like I demand it in my cell phone, in my PC, in my Bluetooth headphones, in the goddamn doorbells. I deserve better technology. So I'm ranting here. Nonetheless, the Xbox One X serves as a remedy for this. And this, the PlayStation 4 Pro, I think was super dope. I think it was a valued product, although the sales don't reflect that, and I suspect the same of the sales for the Xbox One X. It is going to be for a very small portion of people. The PlayStation Pro showed me just how big Microsoft is, and I knew this. A lot of you guys on the tech channel know I'm a Microsoft whore, and I've been saying this for a while. I've even said this point numerous times on the Ignorant Gamers channel. What I'm getting at here is Microsoft's got an endless wallet. They got deep pockets, and when people bitch and moan, Microsoft has the ability to just flip a switch and make it right, no matter the cost. Sony sort of tried, after they saw what was happening with the Scorpio, they tried to come out with the Pro, and it was a more powerful console, and it did 4K gaming and it did all that good stuff, but it just isn't as powerful as the Xbox One X. Not that that means anything, it really don't gives a fuck, but the point here is it's always good to see Microsoft pivot on the behalf of the consumer, and they have the ability to do it. And I hate, there are other instances where they can pivot and they just don't, and it annoys me when they do that. Here in the gaming space, I adored the decision to just go balls to the wall with a console. Okay, so you fuckboys want to complain about power? Is power more important to you? Then let me give you power. Here you go. What say ye now? right? And this is what happens here. And then when the price was announced, I expected this thing to come in at somewhere around $700. The price point of the original Xbox One, I thought that was super dope of Microsoft. I don't know how much they're losing money. I'm gonna go on a limb and say they're losing money here, but again, they can afford it. And I think it's good that they do right by the Xbox gamers who valued the performance part of a console and went with Sony because it was the more powerful console. I'm never taking that away from somebody. Although I'll argue with you all day, what the fuck does that matter? Because you're not playing the same game side by side to see the graphical differences. What matters when you're talking console is Uncharted, Halo, Drive Club, Forza, Gran Turismo. The exclusives are what matters, not the fucking performance of the console. This brings me into performance of the console. If you can't get the goddamn game optimized, then that's a problem. And that was a problem with these new generation consoles for years, and it still is a problem, right? Some of these games still can't run at a decent 1080p, 60 frames a second, or 30 frames a second, right? And there's a perspective out there, and I agree with this perspective to a certain amount, and Snow has a great conversation to be had around this. These fuckboys, Microsoft and Sony, are selling us a new console to make up for the promise that they promised us at E3. They promised us 1080p 60 frames a second, and these consoles do not deliver. Now, the reason I can sway left or right on this conversation is because if you look at a lot of the first party titles, Drive Club, The Last of Us, Forza, Halo, they do hit their targets at 1080p 60. So it tells me that it's the developers that are having a hard time doing it, and that translates into a better experience on the PlayStation 4 because out the gate it has more power, so it does a lot less fuckboy shit than the Xbox. Okay, fine. I've laid the groundwork. So the PlayStation 4 is still dope. Pro is still dope. The Xbox One S, yo, you complained about power. Here it is, and it's at a good price point. I love this project. I think it's an amazing thing. I think it's an amazing foray into the 4K market, which is for me is one of my points of confusion here. And I'm not saying confusion like I don't understand. What I mean is I don't know what to do when it comes to in terms of purchasing the Xbox One X. I don't care to jump into 4K right now. I really don't. The only thing 4K I have in my house, I've got two TVs. One in the living room, one in the studio. One's a plasma, one's a 60-inch Sony that's beast mode. And the only thing 4K I have is my right monitor. And I picked it up because it was a good deal. And every now and then I'll drag Photoshop over there, or I'll drag Premiere over there when I'm editing. And it is nice to see the image a lot larger and in a much more native resolution and the video. But the issue is Windows 10 still has some scaling problems with 4K. So 4K for me is still not there, still not ready. And I get it, for the average consumer, it kind of is. It just doesn't live up to my expectations right now, right? For the average consumer, you can go in Best Buy and buy a 4K TV for $800, which means Black Friday, well, you get a crackhead deal on that. So I think 4K is there, sure, why not? And that validated the Xbox One S. The sales of the Xbox One S were impressive, given the fact that the only thing it offered was 4K and HDR. So there are obviously consumers out there who are at that point. So that's fine. For me, I'm just not. Although I do recognize that the Scorpio, I keep calling the Scorpion, the Xbox One X will give you added performance on a 1080p display, meaning it'll stabilize frame rates. Fuck Microsoft. You telling me that I'm going to spend this $500 to get stable frame rates that you couldn't deliver on the original Xbox? I'll show up on your doorstep, son. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Currently, for my gaming habits, and I haven't been gaming pretty strong because, I've got other hobbies to tend to. I got a life, I got a job. It's kind of rough. But this is gaming season, so I'm back in the swing of it. But my games of choice, mainly Forza. It's going to be Battlefront this season. I'm still on the Battlefield. And there's a bunch of other things I'll play in the mix there, some Overwatch. These games are generally pretty good optimized pretty good. So I'm not exactly crying for a stable frame rate that I would get out of buying the Xbox One X. I'm not exactly crying for the premium feel that I would get when owning an Xbox One X. So that is also one of the things that pulls me back. And I just got my hands on a GTX 980 for my rig, my PC. So my current plan is to get to build a racing setup. So that includes the seat, the pedals, the clutch, the racing wheel, and I'm looking at spending about $1,000. So the $1,000 plus I got a really good deal, the $200 that I spent for the GTX 980. My gaming budget is maxed out right there. I'm not spending any more than that. So I would be, for another $500, I'd be spending to get the Xbox One X. That's 17 and change. That's too much, baby. Especially for something that, one, I'm not able to make. I'm not willing. I don't care to make that dive into 4K as yet. And two, my games are just running just fine. And this is crazy, right? Because this takes a lot of restraint for a guy like me. If you guys been following us for a while, you know when the new shit comes out, I have to have it. This time around, I'm like, I could wait. In speaking about 4K and the state of 4K TVs, I think there's a lot of garbage out there. And I keep looking, and I stopped looking, quite honestly, because I was so disappointed. I kept looking for instances where they got a lot better. And so you understand what I'm saying, I'm a plasma guy. And I don't deal with any of that LCD lag or response bullshit. My TV is amazing, looks amazing. I pull the trigger, it goes off on the TV, and I'm happy. And I've been looking for a replacement in the 4K world, and it's all research sort of takes me to the OLED TV, which is still quite expensive, but there are only a handful of TVs out there that really do it well for gaming in the OLED space and in the 4K space in general. I think I'm definitely gonna wait. I want to see that improve. So that's also another point why I'm not willing to dive into 4K. But I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below why you are or you are not getting the Xbox One S. And I don't want you Sony fanboys to, I'm not getting it because I can't play knack. Like, that's, if you own an Xbox and you thought about getting it and you're not, why are you not getting it? Or if the Xbox One X is a must own for you, why? Did you even get your hands on it? The previews have been kind of, not previews. How do you, reserve? The reserves have been kind of on and off. I know they go out and then they introduce them again and then they're right back. They're sold out. So let me know. Like I said, this video will be on both channels. So it's going to be Ignorant Gamers, our main gaming channel, and then it's going to be Lifestyles Defined, our tech channel. So links in the description to all the channels, as well as the photography and the sneaker channel, yada, yada, yada. My name is Ramon. I'm out of here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace. Well, I guess. And the reason we started Lifestyles Defined is because if we weren't on camera arguing about these things, the technologies, the phones, the iPhones, the Androids, the cameras, the games, we'd be on the phone arguing about it. We'd be in each other's houses arguing about it. So why not just put it in front of a camera for everyone to enjoy it the way we do? That's what Lifestyles Defined is all about. We just